morning, everyone, and welcome to Natique in Elk Grove, California, and NatiqueYarns.com, coming to you live on Thursday. We kind of have a special Thursday for you guys this morning because Karen gets this week off, so she gets to come be camera person this morning, and Susan's doing her usual hide in the back and link ninja during the video.
Yes.
So it'll be kind of a more traditional, like our Saturday videos almost.
Yeah.
Except for we're missing Boss Lady because it's Everly Day. Or
She's
3,000
busy.
puppies at this point. I don't even know what math to give that anymore. Did we decide to upgrade to like Velociraptors or something yet?
We should.
Because they do that with puppies. They say like, you know, they're an adorable puppy for like 6 months, and then they're a Velociraptor for like 2 years, and then they're a chill dog. So it's like,
Yeah.
Does the same apply to kids? Do they go through a Velociraptor stage?
Definitely some sort of monster.
Right? Tiny terrorists. Okay, so for our grand prize, which only a few more days to get entered into this one, we have Danielle's really fun pattern for the love of the game, which is essentially a 2-row repeat. It's only 4 rows because you do 2 rows of color A, 2 rows of color B. Very easy knits and pearls pattern. You slip a stitch at the beginning of the row. Nothing crazy. With this yarn, you'll actually do size 15 needles instead of the original 11 because it's a super bulky yarn. But we have 1 skein of Dream & Color Savvy in the beautiful colorway Whetstone, which is kind of a silvery taupe gray with speckles of all those fun bright colors on top. And then Malabrigo Rasta in Bermuda Teal, which is kind of this like slightly emerald tropical blue-green. And because you have more yardage in Savvy, cast on with Savvy, do your first 2 rows, then make this color B, and then end up with Savvy. So you can basically go until the green runs out. This one for our prize, how you get entered is, like always with our grand prizes, every time you make a purchase. For this one, from the 16th through the end of December, you're going to get 1 entry. It's cumulative, so if you've purchased 5 times, you get 5 entries. If you've purchased 10 times, you get 10 entries. And then on Tuesday, January 3rd, because that is our first live video after the closing of the entries, we will draw to see who the winner is. So you still have time, and it includes purchases off of the sale, signing up for classes.
Buying umbrellas?
Yes, buying umbrellas because we keep having torrential downpours. For us, torrential downpours, I'm just going to say, because I have been places where they have like real monsoon weather before.
Yeah,
and
not fun.
Holy smokes, what we call a torrential downpour, you're like, it's bad, but it's not that bad.
Yeah, just misty right now.
Like, our downpours are skimpy compared to those monsoony places. Okay, so then for today's daily prize, we have a fun one. This actually came out of my stash. This was a Dream & Color pop-up club. We split it into 2 skeins so that more people could enjoy it, because this was their Everlasting, which is a different fiber blend. It's one they don't even make anymore, but Dream & Color is amazing, as you guys know, because we have lots of Dream & Color in the boutique. So if you've never gotten to dabble in a nice luxurious yarn like Dream & Color, this might be your opportunity. So we've paired it with our Dose Cowl pattern, which is a really fun like double eyelet pattern, thus Dose. And we've done it before where you double strand 2 lace weights together, or as shown here, this is just 1 fingering. This is actually shown out of one of the yarns on the clearance sale. This is Genesis, which was a really fun yarn that was a blend of cotton and recycled polyester. And it has 656 yards of skein, so you can get like 2 cowls out of that yarn, while your prize has enough for 1. How you get entered into our daily drawings is by doing what lots of you are already doing. If you react to the video with any of these fabulous bubbles down here, then you get 1 entry per reaction. And then if you comment on the video, you get 5 entries per comment. And then if you share the video with this little arrow in the corner, we always do because it's quick and easy, to my friends, to my stories. You can share to groups. Wherever you share, just come back and comment shared to and where to get your 11 entries per share. And Karen, that's exciting. If you haven't yet, go on our on-demand classes, because we still have the deal through the end of the month that our on-demand classes, if you add 3 or more to your cart and use the code, then I'll show you guys because it's easier. But the code is 3, the number 3, and then all caps, new skills, and you're going to get 50% off. We do have like a starter learn to knit one in there that is a little fruit cap hat. I think our sheared scarf is on there. That's another really good one for skill building. And if you have questions, you can reach out to us, shoot us an email, give us a call, and we can help you with what ones would be good for helping you learn to knit. Because I know you're not super close by. Otherwise, I'd be like, sign up for all skills. Let's do hands-on, because hands-on is always easier. But that's exciting. I love when people pick learning a new skill for their New Year's resolution, because it's a little easier to stick to. Because it's
a little more
enticing.
Fun. Yeah, something you want to do.
Versus like, well, I need to lose weight, so I'm going to do a diet, or I'm going to go to the gym. Like, okay, we all need to do that stuff, but none of us want to. Let's be fair. Except for I do know somebody who actually does like going to the gym. Like, that's their hobby.
Some people
they go every day.
Yeah.
Every day. And I'm like, okay, I'm glad that's fun for you. That sounds like torture. I will stay home and knit.
Someone needs to occupy the spaces over there.
Right? Somebody needs to make use of that great big building. Okay, so let's see who today's lucky daily prize winner is. This is off of yesterday's video.
Oh, Stacy Winslow. Congratulations. And I believe Stacy's local?
Nope. Well,
Stacy,
sort of. She's
Santa
Santa Rosa.
Okay. Well, Stacy, if you come in, then just let us know you have a prize, and we'll pull it out of the cabinets for you. If you are not local, and just next time you order something, go ahead and let us know in the notes that you have a prize, and we'll put it in your package for you. We'll get it all set. And I'm sure there's a couple others of you that have a couple of packages, so.
Okay.
Congrats.
All right, machine is going to cooperate with me.
Of course it is.
The internet is acting really weird today. Like, it works, but I had to turn off Wi-Fi to get anything to load on my phone this morning. And the Facebook thing keeps glitching out to, like, a green, blocky, pixelated screen. It's so weird.
These are only $7.99.
I love those pens.
They're good pens.
And you can get
They're
refills
sparkly
for them, which I really like, because, you know, it's never very fun to get, like, a really pretty pen and then find out that once it's out of ink, you have to throw it away.
Oh, yeah.
And these take those little refills that they look like. They have, like, the little screw head on the top, the little, like, Phillips head screw piece on top. And you can get those at every office supply store.
We only have a couple of these little ones left, too. These come with a couple of unique stitch markers.
I love the heart, because the little heart, if it didn't have the ring on it, the little heart fits in the big heart. Like, they're a pair.
Yeah. Natique Peeps.
And
that's all you.
Everybody wants to be a Natique Peep. Even if they don't know it yet. They want to be a Natique Peep.
Okay, what do we got for them?
Okay, so we have some more amazing stuff out of the clearance sale. I'm a little like, you're kidding me, right? That we're getting rid of this one. So the Alexandra Dark Side of the Moon. Well, of course, it's not like you guys are never going to see it again because we have Trump shows with her. Some of them are limited edition ones, like the Periwinkle, which was the color of the year this year. So Dark Side of the Moon is now on sale, on our clearance sale, for only $32.24. It is this luxurious blend of 80% superwash merino, 20% silk. It's 434 yards per skein. So easily enough to make a pair of socks, or I'm going to come out and show you guys my shorty socks that I have on, because you can get a couple pairs if you do the shorties like this. So these are just a little, like, they have the little heel tab right here.
Those are cute. I need some of those.
And so you can see it does little splashes of color all over.
Yes.
So if you're doing socks, you can get a couple pairs of shorties. I love these little heel tab ones. There are hand knit ones on Ravelry. I can't think of the pattern name right now. But I love that little heel tab. Keeps them from disappearing into your shoe.
Yes.
Because that's annoying. And the pom-pom thing is no longer a look.
It can be. We can bring it back.
Oh no, we're not doing that.
You'll just have little cats and dogs chasing you to get the little balls off.
Oh, yeah, and my cats would too. They'd be like, "What's that thing hanging out of your shoe? Let me get it for you." I'm like, no, don't help. So we have the Periwinkle in the Midnight and the Moonbeam, which is the white. And there are lots of one skein projects you can do out of this too. Scarves, shawls.
Even 2 skeins. I did one that's like a little poncho that's a light one and a dark one with the same color in between.
That would be fun.
And
yeah, you could do like
really
our
cute
evening glow poncho and do light and dark. That'd be really pretty.
Oh,
I don't think I saw your 2-color one. You're going to have to bring that in.
I've been knitting a lot. Can't bring everything in.
Well, send us a picture.
I know.
Okay, then we have, this is Twilight Aegean Sea. So Twilight is like this soft denim blue. And then it has this beautiful 1-inch color splash section of cobalt and dark like indigo denim and kind of an aqua sky blue.
Nice. We have a couple of different colors.
Oh, here, yes, I can show you guys the evening glow pattern that I was talking about that would be good for doing like a dark and a light of the dark side of the moon.
Oh, yeah.
So this one is what we call a Fibonacci stripe sequence, which basically means you start with whiter stripes of one color and thinner stripes of the other, and as you stripe, each stripe changes sizes by 1 row. So you're gradually getting whiter stripes of the color that was thinner and thinner stripes of the color that started out whiter. And this one we did 2 different colors on. You can do this cute little like kind of like cowboy cowl style collar.
I like that.
Or you can do the I-cord edging. We of course did fabulous beaded silken sequins.
Yes.
Because why wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm.
But you don't necessarily have to.
Get these while they're hot.
I'm like, I was gonna see if I could find those no-show socks really quick because somebody said would love the pattern and I'm trying to remember the name of it. I might have to link it on the collective later because I know I have it like in my personal favorites on Ravelry. So let me put a note to link no show socks. Okay, so you guys, if Marlene, if you were saying would love the pattern for the socks, I will link them later because I can't remember what they're called and they're clearly not called something obvious like no show socks, which would have been really easy. Okay. let me show you guys a couple more colors, and then Susan found a bunch of projects for us. Here's another fun one for the purple people. This is the Twilight, so again, that kind of denim-y blue, but in Purple Rain, which has violet, plum, red violet for that little color splash section. I'm obsessed with this yarn. I think I have one of like every single color.
We have a sock over there that's got it.
Melanie, you would think I would be organized enough for it to be in my projects, but no. Anna was a bad kid. It's probably in my favorites or library somewhere. I just have to find it. I can picture them like they were in like almost like browns and golds kind of color on the patterns. I can see them, the picture in my head, but I don't know what they're called. I'm sorry. I'll find them. There are lots of different ones, but I'll find the one that I'm thinking of later. I know at one point I texted it to Susan and said, "Can we do this on the sock machine?" I think she told me no. Okay. Here's another fun one for the red people, my people. This is the Moonbeam Cherry Burst, which is the white with this fun like burgundy, cranberry, and then like a crimson red. This one I have sweater quantity of because
Red
and sweater, and yes. Kate, you could play around with doing some planned pooling with it. I've seen people's like scarves. Somebody had theirs accidentally almost like plaid once, like the little color splashes came in like this and then went back out. So the trick with planned color pooling is just you have to play with your gauge and how many stitches you cast on. And even your stitch pattern will affect it. Like theirs was like a ribbed scarf that did it. Like just knit 2, purl 2, rib the whole scarf. And that was what did the really cool plaid. And that was an accident. They weren't trying. It just left out. I've seen people do the socks and it spirals around. It just, you can play with it. And then there is a designer that does a whole bunch of cool stuff where like you do like that fun little lotus stitch every time you come to the color splash section. Or you do a bobble every time you come to a color. Oh, Susan found it. I'm so happy. Okay, let me click the link. These are the socks. These are the everyday socks. And this is basically exactly what's on my foot. Except for I did a short row heel instead of the heel tab and then decrease because I like a short row heel better. But it's really not necessarily, like, you guys don't need to do it different. But they're so comfy, and you can then get multiple pairs out of a skein of yarn. They've got the pattern in multiple sizes, so they do foot circumference because the instructions are going to give you a spot where basically they tell you to go until it measures like 1.5 inches shorter than your foot, and then do the toe, because you want the sock length to be determined based on the length of your foot, not based on like a shoe size, because we're not all exactly the same shaped foot. Like for me, I end up wearing size 7 shoes sometimes because otherwise my feet are a little too wide to go in them.
Melanie has a good suggestion. Do a class.
I will bring that up to Boss Lady. Sock everyday sock class. Because I have socks on my feet that could be the class sample. So look,
there you go.
Sample's done. Okay, there are a couple other fun projects that Susan has linked for us. I love this one. I've been wanting to do this one too. This would be fun to do with dark and light, or get one of the Color Splash Dark Side of the Moons, and then get a solid fingering to go with it. There's even a pair of matching fingerless gloves, but this is a really fun stitch. I've done it on other stuff before. It's just slip stitches, so it's very easy color work. but I love it in this cowboy cowl. And that one would only take one skein to do that.
Or you buy the 2 colors. You make one for you, one for your friend.
Yeah, and you could do it opposite, like one start with the dark, one start with the light, so they're matching but not exact matches. That's the Hakea cowl. Oh, this is a new one. Over the ridge, this is a little mesh lace, a little garter stitch. Oh, here's a good example. So you just got like eyelets, garter, eyelets, garter. So a little therapy knitting, but enough pattern changing to keep it interesting. And not so much patterning like you can see here in a variegated, that it's still really pretty. So the little color splashes and the pattern itself would not fight each other for attention. And that one is a 1 skein project, which is awesome.
We like that.
I apparently really liked that one when she linked it because I opened it twice. Then last but not least in the fingering weight is the Midnight Pantone 2019. We kept making her re-dye this one for us because everybody loved the coral so much. So you've got kind of more of the orangey coral to like a soft, like almost ballet pink, but it's got a little more blue to it than that normally would. Like it's a little more sophisticated of a ballet pink. Oh, that would be a fun one to do out of this. This is another Amba O'Brien pattern, Wolsja. It's hard to say, but it's just simple, like garter with like yarn over knit 2 together, eyelet rows, nothing crazy. So it's really just all about picking your pretty yarn. It's just enough pattern to keep it from being all knit and getting bored with it.
What size needle do they use for that?
5s.
Oh, okay. That works.
I mean, it's one of those that you basically do till you run out of yarn. So if you like a little, if you don't want to knit on a 5, you'd rather knit on a 6. Knit it on a 6 is not going to come out that much looser.
Yeah.
And Susan will block it for you.
Gorgeous
Those
stuff.
are all of the beautiful colors of the Dark Side of the Moon fingering weight. And we have, I was excited to find that we still have a little bit of the DK weight left. Only 2 colors, but one of them is the best color in my not so humble opinion, so I will save it for last. We have the Twilight Purple Rain. So you've got that same beautiful color splash of the purple and red violet on that denim background. So the DK weight is 75% superwash merino, 25 nylon, and it is 245 yards per skein. That makes this one really good for stuff where you want it to be easy care because it can go in the washer and the dryer because superwash prefers to spend some time in the dryer. It needs to bounce back and the dryer does that for you.
There may not be much of this left.
All right, you guys better hurry up because otherwise Karen's taking it away from you.
And this next one too.
I know, this one's my favorite. This is the Moonbeam Psychedelic, which is the full rainbow. So you've got the red, the orange, sunshine yellow, lime green, cobalt blue, and violet, of course.
Nicely done.
There are definitely only a few of the DK weights left. I don't think there's sweater quantity of any of them left.
But you can mix them. Maybe with something else.
I was hoping that... Oh, here it is. So if you guys want to play with the assigned pooling, this Dawn Barker has a whole bunch where she has you do a different stitch every time you come to the color splash. So like this one is one of the ones I really like, this float. It has like this little daisy stitch that you do every time you come to the color splash. So it gives you like this flower petals blowing in the wind kind of vibe to it. That one, she says 1,200 yards because she made it a really big shawl, but just, you can do a one skein one. It doesn't need to be this huge thing.
I like the black and white striped one because it makes it look like little flowers.
Yes, so this one they used like a solid color with the one with the color splash, and then did the little like flower stitch everywhere you come to that color splash. That's really fun. So Dawn Barker has a whole bunch. Like, here's a shawl with that same stripey look for you, Karen.
That's cool.
I know you'll whip out a shawl even faster.
I like that one.
Only you'd basically need one skein of your Dark Side of the Moon and one skein of a contrast color.
Mm-hmm.
I love her stuff.
I know, I do have something tagged.
So you can just easily, I'm sure Susan's linked it by now, but if not, you just search Dawn Barker and then click her little assigned pooling tab, and then you get all of the ones that play with the little color splash section like that. Okay, so then we have to move on to what Susan picked out that she needs more of from the stash, which I know, I don't know if she'll have to comment. I'm like, how many projects did you do out of this? Like blankets? I feel like you did 3.
I'll show you in a sec.
Because I feel like she did one for her sister, one for her mom, and the one that she has in the back right now.
Okay.
So, I'm a little sorry to see it go, but it's time for Furreal to find good homes and make room on the shelf for something new. So, Furreal is super soft. I wish you guys had feel-o-vision because it is so soft and fuzzy. It is a super bulky, which means big needles, fast knitting. And this is 71 yards per skein of 100% polyester, which means you can use it for things like baby blankets because it's machine wash and dry. This first color is a really popular one, the Jersey Woolly, because it looks like real fur. You've got that charcoal gray with the white tips. Oh, Susan said she did 2 blankets and a shoulder cozy for her sister. I knew you did a whole bunch with this. I bought a whole bunch to do blankets. That's how far I've gotten.
Me too. I need to pull it out again.
And these are under $10 now, so you can really go gangbusters for getting your soft, fuzzy things on a budget. Then we have this beautiful spring green called Guinea Turricow, which I think is a bird. But it has this beautiful, soft, springy green with the white tips. Yeah, also known as color 27, which is a little easier to pronounce. Because I have no idea if I pronounced the name of that bird correctly.
We have those patterns too still.
Then we have this beautiful lilac, color 26, or lilac breasted roller, which I know that is a bird.
That's a pretty purple.
Right? Because this one is good for like if you want to put fur accents on stuff or make an entire project out of fuzzy wuzzy.
I did that. I did fur accents for a just a regular like fingering weight cowl.
Yeah.
And put some of this on the end. It was
I have some
perfect.
white so that I can do like fuzzy on like the edges of like Santa hats
and
stuff like that. This is one of our patterns. This is the Fur Everly hat, which is done out of that Jersey Woolly color, so a charcoal gray, but very easy. This is one of those patterns that because the yarn is soft, fuzzy, furry stuff that kind of clings to itself, it's all stockinette. There's no garter stitch at the beginning. It's just knit, knit, knit because the fur keeps it from rolling. So you wouldn't want to then knit the same pattern out of raw stuff without doing some ribbing because that would roll, but the fur does not. So the fur is kind of magical. And it's 1 to 2 skeins depending on how big of a hat you're making. This one was a 1 skein one, which happily fits on my head. It's long enough to be slouchy, but it's also, you know, I can pull it down over my ears if I were out when it's really, really cold, which we've had some mornings that I'm like, yeah, I'm going to have to pull out the hats. I did pull out a hat one day because I was like, oh no, I'm going to freeze. We also have a Furreal cowl, but I can only show you the picture of that because one of Danielle's kids has the cowl.
So easy to make and quick.
Yep, cast on, knit till you're almost out of yarn, bind off.
You just, I mean, yeah.
And big needles. This is size 10s.
Yeah, can't go wrong.
3 sizes, 1, 2, or 3 skeins, basically.
You guys, it's so hard to work here.
Because you want everything.
I just don't have enough time to knit everything I want to knit. And this would be easy.
Yes. And like one night you'll whip it out.
Oh, probably a couple in one night.
Yeah. Then we have this gorgeous sunshiny yellow, color 23, golden canary.
Someone needs to make a little kid's, like, rubber ducky
Oh, a rubber
Halloween
ducky,
outfit.
Like, oh, I was thinking just like a stuffy.
Or, yeah. That would be so cute.
Wait, how did you get in Facebook jail, Susan? You're thinking as Natique. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, Facebook, you're killing me.
All right, well, wouldn't that be cute? We're going to have to.
All right, well, I know of one pattern that she hasn't linked yet that I want to show you guys. So I will show you guys the beautiful color 20 Royal Peafowl.
Also known as Cookie Monster.
Or Danielle's favorite blue.
Yeah.
But I know of a couple of our patterns that would be really good
Fluffy
out
hooded
of
bear
this
cowl.
Yarn.
Oh, only in the collective. She can still link.
So weird. It's supposed to be if she's commenting as us that it won't do that, but whatever. Okay, so a couple fun ones these are blanket patterns of ours that we've done. This is frosting, which is done like that grandma's favorite washcloth where you cast on like 4 stitches and then you basically your increases rows. Every row is knit to yarn over, knit to end of row. And then after you get to a certain width, there is some decreases added in to work even to make it rectangular. And then you decrease back down on the other side. So it's perfect for a fur yarn like this, where you can just have a totally simple fabric. This one was sized to where it would take like 6 skeins, I think. Then we also have Everly's Wave, which you guys will see shortly because Susan has it in the back. But it's just a really fun ripple pattern. One row has your increases and the other row has your decreases, so you only have to pay attention to one thing at a time. And that one you use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors and repeat them, or you use 9 colors and go back the other direction. Like, just do every one. You do every skein till it runs out, basically.
We still have more colors.
Alright, well, since it's being persnickety on Susan, let me link the Everly's Wave blanket for you guys. Technology is weird. Then we have this beautiful, like, burgundy color 18, Tasmanian Otter. How pretty would it be to like stripe like those two together?
I was just thinking that.
Oh, honey.
Because I was thinking, oh, okay, this would be good. My kid would like this. but I wasn't sure how much we had of that, so I thought, oh, I'll have to mix it.
Because you could even do that Everly's Wave, only doing 2 colors and just alternating 2 of them.
Yeah. Or make it a fun, block basic colors.
Yeah, you could do kind of like primary colors. Which I have one more we can add to that, but you could do like the softer, more like white tipped colors. But for this bright palette, you could add in color 21 Creek Nutria, which is that really rich, deep teal color.
We have green too.
Oh, did I miss
bright green? Mm-hmm.
Oh, see, there you go. There's a really fun version. Because then, look, there's this beautiful, what is it called? 22 Indian Parakeet.
That would be so fun. I have to go back and see what I have it on.
You could even do, like, kind of put it almost like it's rainbow order kind of thing.
I like it like that.
That'd be really pretty. And you could do a stripe a night, and then in a week you have a blanket.
Mm-hmm.
How many times can you say you can knit a blanket in a week?
Not many. And you can't see any mistakes.
This yarn would be really fun too. Thank you, Sandy. This is cute. To do this cute little vest out of.
Yes, I like that. How many skeins?
Let's
really?
see. Like
it's for kids. Okay.
2 to 4.
They showed it in kid size, yeah, but still.
There is an adult vest out there, but I don't remember the name of it. Donna of Big Bad Wool had done it. I don't know if she ever published the adult one or not, because she'd done this cute little kids version, and we're like, the adults want one. The adults in the room want one, please. So that is Susan's favorite off of the sale that more is going home with her. There is so much good stuff on our semi-annual clearance sale. If you guys have not been to the sale section on the website or come in, just give them a quick pan of, this is only like 2/3 of it.
And that's just one side. We also have this side.
There are fingering weight kits. There is worsted. There's super bulky. There's bags. There's capri blue candles. There's journals, pajamas.
Oh my God, there's so much stuff.
There's everything, and it's all on sale. Up to
Cicero.
75% off.
Here's that cashmere stuff. Some of the ultralight merino we talked about yesterday. A couple of kits. Those, just buy them because you can use the, whether you do a 3 project thing or not.
Exactly. That's what I did. I'm like,
Or a 3 thing. We still have these too.
cashmere. You just get it, and Casapinka will design something that goes with it eventually, or you'll find other one skein projects.
Oh, that's right. We had that left. Mm-hmm. Here's that Genesis that
That was featured
upcycled.
on Daily Prize.
Yep. Okay.
So
these are also on sale.
Let's
Christmas
move
ones.
on to talking about some classes, because we did add a couple new ones.
I don't know if they're over there,
They're up there.
but we'll look.
They're up there because I made sure yesterday.
Okay.
Okay, so we have coming up the Just Tuck It Cowl class on Tuesday, January 3rd. This one we're going to teach you how to do a really elongated tuck stitch that goes down several rows, and it creates this really fun bubble pattern. And the cool thing with this trick is that you're actually only using one color per row, so it looks like you've done Furreal, and you didn't.
Cool.
So just 2 colors of worsted weight yarn for that one. We used the Scrumptiously Soft Saxony because cashmere, but there's even some really great worsteds in the clearance sale you could use.
Mm-hmm.
The cotton merino tweed would be a really good one for it.
Oh, nice.
Then on Tuesday, January 10th, we have the Grist Mill Cowl. This one has this really fun knit purl basket weave texture patterns. This one's a very good, like, almost beginner friendly. Like, if you've learned to cast on and bind off and do something in between them, you're good. Everything else can be done in class. This one is the necklace length size, which was done with 1 skein of Malabrigo Noventa or any bulky weight yarn. Then on Friday, January 13th, we have the Rosa Gallica cowl class. This is the kind of corally one here that you basically knit it like a scarf and then seam the end to the side. So we're going to teach you the stitch pattern in class, and then we're going to talk about how you put that together. And this is a total squirrel moment, but look, the second stalk on this one is blooming now.
I know.
It's ready.
These cowls are so fun to make.
And that one's another 1 skein of Noventa.
And if you don't feel like seaming it, you can always put a button or two, or just like put a brooch or a pin right there.
Well, that'd be cute too. Just kind of overlap it a little bit.
Yeah.
Then last but not least, the Tilted Blocks Lace Shawl class on Saturday, January 14th. This one we did a 2-hour class because it's not hard, but there's like 20 rows we have to get through in class to have you guys good to go. So you start with this little tiny like 12 stitch section and start doing the lace right away, and then you start increasing. So we'll have you place a marker, like we'll talk about where the marker goes, and then you start increasing on the garter section so you get this big gorgeous shawl. This one was done with, this is the bigger size. This one was done with 2 skeins of fingering weight yarn. So that dark side of the moon I showed you guys today. 2 skeins would do it. Or even 1, there is a 1 skein size when I looked at the pattern. Okay, so then we move on to what are we wearing? I am wearing my Soundtrack cardigan, which Soundtrack is one of Marie Green's patterns that was originally a pullover. And I got a wild hair that I wanted a cardigan, so I knit it to where I could steek it down the middle. Like if I fold the back of the top, you can see all those little ends. And I know it looks a little messy, but it's not going to unravel because knitting doesn't unravel sideways like that. I've worn this a lot and it's still fine. So steeking is very, very cool. If you're not, if you love a pullover but wish it were a cardigan, that can be arranged. Oh, you have
the
other thing.
I have it still over here.
You switched on me. Karen
switched
switched because she was cold, then apparently she was hot, so she's all over the place.
Okay. This is mine.
Mien,
Mien.
which means mine. That was,
yeah.
we did a little play on words.
Either side.
Yeah, one side looks a little more textural, and the other side has these little elongated chains.
Don't mind the little snags.
Oh,
That happens.
it happens when you wear your knits.
And I put buttons on both ends so that I can do this. And then also at some point I can do it so it's...
She can turn it into a shrug, basically, and make it sleeves.
I did this one too last night because it's so pretty. I am in love with Noventa.
I know, this is what, like your 5th project out of it?
Yeah,
17th?
yeah.
What?
And I have another one I'm working on too.
Okay.
This stuff is so soft.
I love that one. And then here's what Susan's wearing because it's always cold in the back, which is why I couldn't show you this one earlier.
Everybody's wave, the blanket. Do I need to come closer?
Nope, you're good.
Can I bundle back up now?
Yes,
I'm cold. It is.
I will allow it. That's it, you guys. We did all the things.
Woo!
Yes, Susan is a knitting machine. I swear she finishes like a project a night.
Yeah.
It's a little crazy. Craziness. All right, everyone. Oh, Sandy, the blanket, that one is 9 skeins. One skein per stripe, basically. And that one is the smallest size on the pattern. Basically, the sizes on the pattern go up it's one skein of each color for 9 stripes, then it's 2 skeins of each color for 9 stripes, then it's 3 skeins of each color for 9 stripes, if you want the really big one. We tried to keep it nice and simple. Okay, so I think that's going to be it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll start pulling your orders. And then whatever, apparently on some of it, whatever you didn't claim, Karen will claim herself very quickly. And we'll be open from 11 to 5 today. We've got machine knitting class from 12 to 2, and we'll see you all again tomorrow. Have a good day.